This was ground zero for the apocalypse. A place so hostile, Genghis Khan refused to cross it. Where summer temperatures melt tires and winter cold freezes diesel fuel. Where sandstorms grow so large, they're visible from space and have choked cities as far away as Beijing and Seoul. But right now, in the dead heart of the Gobi Desert, something impossible is happening. Trees are growing where nothing has lived for millennia. Crops are flourishing without rivers, and the sand itself is coming back to life. This isn't just science, it's alchemy, and it's rewriting the future of our planet. Imagine taking a handful of beach sand and squeezing it. Nothing stays in your palm, right? Now imagine that sand could hold water like a sponge, grow roots like soil, support entire ecosystems. That's exactly what Chinese scientists have created, and they did it by resurrecting a technology so old it was buried in the tombs of emperors. Centuries ago, the Silk Road ran through here. Then the sand came. The ancient kingdom of Luolan, gone. The Tang Dynasty's frontier forts, buried under 30-meter dunes. And it's growing. Every year, desertification swallows more than 3,500 square kilometers of land in China alone, more than twice the size of London. Dust storms, known locally as the Yellow Dragons, choke cities like Beijing and obliterate crops and homes in their path. By the 1990s, things were getting out of control, but that's when China said, enough. In 1978, China launched one of the most ambitious environmental projects in human history, the Three North Shelter Forest Program, better known as the Great Green Wall of China. The goal? To plant a wall of trees stretching over 4,800 kilometers, essentially creating a living shield against the advancing desert. But this wasn't just tree planting. This was a national movement involving millions of citizens, military units, and scientists, all focused on stopping the Gobi from swallowing China's agricultural heartland. For decades, critics scoffed at the idea. Trees in the desert? That'll never work. The soil's too poor, the water too scarce, the climate too harsh. But today, those critics are stunned. Thanks to satellite imaging and drone surveillance, we can now see the results from space. In just the last 20 years, over 35 million hectares of forest have been planted in China. That's nearly the size of Germany. In Inner Mongolia, the once barren land near the Mao-Wusu Desert has transformed into lush woodland. Local herders who once watched their livestock starve now harvest fruit and medicinal herbs. Dust storms have dropped dramatically in frequency. Water tables are slowly recovering, and entire ecosystems, birds, insects, wild boar, are returning. China has effectively regreened over a quarter of its desertified land, and the pace is only accelerating. But how? How did they do it? The Gobi miracle is not just about mass tree planting. It's about strategic, science-driven restoration. First, let's talk trees. China doesn't just plant anything. Through decades of trial and error, they've curated species that thrive in arid conditions, like xerophytes, sand willows, and poplars. These trees are hardy, fast-growing, and able to anchor the sand with deep root systems. Second, they use cutting-edge tech. AI-driven drone swarms now scan the terrain, drop seed pods, and monitor growth. Smart irrigation systems maximize water efficiency using recycled wastewater. In some zones, mycorrhizal fungi are added to soil to help roots absorb more nutrients. And third, people. Millions of volunteers, students, farmers, even retirees are part of the mission. In the village of Kubuki, local communities are empowered to plant and manage green zones, even turning parts of the desert into ecotourism hubs and solar farms. The miracle isn't just green, it's economic. Kubuki Desert was once a ghost land, lifeless, choking on sand, economically dead, but today, it's a showcase of hope. Enter the Alion Resources Group, a private company that partnered with the government in the 1990s to transform Kubuki. They planted over 100 million trees, restored water cycles, and turned vast areas into solar panel fields. Villagers who once earned less than $1 a day are now employed in sustainable industries, from herbal farming to ecotourism. In 2017, the United Nations even recognized Kubuki as a global model for desert restoration. From nothing, it became an oasis, literally and economically. The Gobi miracle isn't just inspiring, it's contagious. Countries facing similar desertification, like India, Pakistan, and several in Africa's Sahel region, are now studying China's model. The African Union's Great Green Wall initiative was directly inspired by China's strategy. Even Middle Eastern countries are exploring partnerships to apply similar methods in the Arabian and Syrian deserts. But beyond replication, this success is rewriting the global climate narrative. For the first time, we have proof that large-scale desert reversal is possible. It's not science fiction, it's happening now. As amazing as it sounds, the Gobi miracle isn't perfect. Some critics argue that monoculture planting, relying on just one or two types of trees, can damage biodiversity and create fragile ecosystems. Others say the program is too top-down, with little regard for local cultures or long-term sustainability. In some regions, water use has raised alarms, especially when groundwater is tapped heavily to support new forests. If not managed carefully, restoring deserts can ironically cause environmental stress elsewhere. China has acknowledged these risks. In recent years, they've pivoted to more diverse planting, integrated grassland restoration, and enforced stricter water budgeting policies. This shows one important thing: the miracle is evolving. Here's what makes the Gobi miracle so profound. It proves that the fight against climate change doesn't have to start with cutting back. It can start with building forward, greening deserts, restoring ecosystems, creating jobs. In a world often paralyzed by climate doom, the Gobi story offers something rare: optimism backed by results. If we can reclaim a desert the size of Germany, what else can we reclaim? This isn't just China's success, it's a blueprint for humanity. Now imagine this: the Sahara turned into solar-powered farmland, the American Southwest brimming with orchards and clean water, deserts no longer symbols of loss, but symbols of hope, resilience, and renewal. Sound crazy? So did the Gobi Project 40 years ago. But today, it's real. And if a miracle can happen in the world's most hostile desert, then what's stopping the rest of us? If this story inspired you, if you believe in human resilience, in technology serving the planet, in reversing climate change, not just with fear, but with action, then share this video. Let the world know the Gobi miracle is not a myth. It's our wake-up call. Like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the untold wonders of our world. Because sometimes, the most incredible stories are buried not in ancient ruins, but beneath the sand.